Here we have the current stock market update for GameStop Corporation, stock ticker GME. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find this educational material to be helpful, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the 1 hour time frame. That means that each candle on this price chart represents a 1 hour trading period. And I haven't changed any of the prior trend lines or chart markings here. But as we can see here, we really are starting to roll over at this prior resistance zone that we were watching for this stock. So we can just sort of extend this here a bit, and we can see that this area has continued to work as resistance in a way that we were expecting to see in the prior video. We were looking at the possible bullish scenario here where maybe you could consider this downside trend break here, the break of this uptrend line to possibly be a false breakout to the top side. We did continue to see a little bit of a movement higher here, but in order for this to really be a true false breakout, we would really need to see sharp prices break above that prior resistance level. So, you might have seen a small break here by a couple of cents. This near-term top comes in at 21.75, and the prior high came in at 21.68. So it's a little bit of an upside price movement here. But overall, this movement to the downside here is really making me think that this trend line has finally broken. So I wouldn't have a lot of faith in this uptrend line here going forward. I do think that we can convincingly call that a bearish break. So at the moment, the real question is whether or not this trend line is going to remain influenced by the combination of price movements here. So really what we're looking at is, this prior downtrend that developed from those 25.01 highs, extending to the 23.64 highs. And then now we're coming right around into current price levels at the moment. So, a couple of things could happen here. I mean, we could start to see share prices sort of break lower here and continue with this downtrend. Or the bullish scenario here would be that we see a break above this area and then sort of invalidate that trend line. So these are, a couple of possible outcomes here. We would need to see sharp prices break above this resistance level because at the moment, this is really looking like sort of a triple top resistance zone. We were watching it all the way back here. We saw a bit of a test here and then probably a third test, I guess you could say. And we're starting to see a failure here. So, if share prices continue to move lower, and it looks like we're going to get a weak close here. The ultimate closing price here, just above $21. So, we're really not going to see share prices kind of break above here by the end of the week. This is an important closing period because it's also the weekly close. And, share prices really do need to get something going here in order to start to have any hope that we're going to see things move higher here. Overall, I just have to reiterate that, my prior recommendation for this really was to get out of these positions on an approach to 2480. We did see share prices sort of move into that area and even exceed that area a little bit with this 2501 high. But then, share prices just completely collapsed at that point. And, my recommendation here was to look for these rallies to find a way to just get out of the trade. And then, we can simply just move into other stocks. I mean, there are so many other stocks to be trading. And the members section of the channel really has benefited from all of the trades that we've been entering into during this entire period of time. I mean, this is just a huge amount of wasted time here. So many other stocks could have been traded as, after share prices kind of moved into that 2480 level. That really would have been the best time to just get out of this trade. It's just like a lead weight. It's like a lead weight on your leg, like you just can't walk or something like that. It's just this huge crushing, situation that it just is not getting any better. So, overall, are there possibilities here that that share prices could move higher? I mean, I suppose you could sort of invent one, but there really isn't anything here that's going to suggest that share prices are going to break out of this area. We're starting to roll over into the prior resistance level. We also have this downtrend line that's going to continue to influence share prices, and then we now have this weekly break here below the exponential moving average cluster. So that would be sort of this area here. I mean, we're really closing, right around all the exponential moving averages to the downside. So, we did see a little bit of a bounce here, but this is so small. It's not. This is not something to be encouraged by or excited by. These are downside price movements, and there's really nothing going on here. You do, I guess you could say that there was an upsurge in trading volumes here to close the week, but that's probably due to the fact that we did run into some short-term support right around that 21 level that we were watching previously. I mean, this is a prior price zone that we've been watching here. I think that what this is a short-term bounce from this prior support zone. So, whether or not that continues, I mean, this is really something that you would see on the, 5-minute price chart or something like that. This is really not a significant long-term price movement. And if we just zoom out a little bit more, you can no longer see that trading volume anymore. And this is just the normal view of the hourly price chart. I mean, now that trading volume reading is really non-existent. So, that bounce sort of into the close there that's a very short-term movement. And I think that it's just based off of that $21 area. So just to close out the video here, we will look at the indicator reading quickly. There is a bit more of a bullish case to be made here because you do have this uptrend line here that signifies positive momentum. It has been tested now on 3 separate occasions, and it is longer term in nature when you compare this to the bearish trend line that's also starting to develop. So this is a bit of a conflicting signal at the moment, but on balance, the majority of the evidence here does suggest that there is still a bullish condition in place. So whether or not that continues into next week, we'll have to see, because I'm very suspicious of this resistance zone here. I mean, we're just really seeing a very orderly rollover in share prices sort of out of this area here. So, if we did see a break below there, I think that the next level of support, you're looking at roughly 2050 and then 2030. You've got a couple of support zones right around there. But then from there, you really have to be banking on that $20 support level holding up. It could happen. There could be some options purchases, options buying activity that sort of inspires a bounce from that area. But, you really do have to keep in mind the longer term picture here. These are all lower highs. I mean, these are very weak movements here, and they're all showing lower highs. And if we do see a lower high kind of in this area here, that's just another lower high in the sequence. And it really just seems to be a matter of time before we break through this 1940 support zone. So here's the current market update for GameStop, stock ticker GME. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.